Do you know how much harder it is for anyone that would believe us to speak out about it right now? If somebody says, I believe Coach Greg, and that was the title of the video, no one's watching that shit.
You've seen the title. You know what this shit is about. And I stand on that shit too. I really do believe that Coach Greg was right when he was reviewing the blood work.
I never believed him, but the proof is in the pudding, and we've analyzed it. The pudding being the blood work, and so what are you gonna believe? We have to conclude 100% natural.
I can't say for certain, but it's highly likely that he is. Starting out with a little quiz. All I want you to do is just say, is he natty or not natty in these next few photos? We're gonna go over them one by one. So Hussein's on the right, Lex is on the left. Do you think that Hussein is natural after 3 years of training? Just yes or no. Step 2, we're gonna go upward. Do you think that Hussein is natural, yes or no? Lex on the left, Hussein on the right. To be honest, I can still see a clear difference that the lats of Lex are a bit bigger.
Yeah, boy.
Forearms are bigger. Chest is also a bit wider, but it's not that big of a difference. But that is Hussein's best point, like his chest and arms, the back. So, is he natural or not? Hussein on the right, Lex on the left. Do you think he's natural? I'm just showing you the photos. This is a recent video from a recent video. I think this collab was less than a month ago. From the back, I'ma give it again. He should be natural. The only thing that seems unnatural so far is the front because his arms are big and his chest is big. Then we have his best pose. You're already screaming, not natural, it can't be. It's just a side chest, okay? Showing his best parts. Cause like he has big arms, he trains shoulders a lot, and his chest is his best body part, in my opinion. That's why he can keep up in these poses with legs. But if we're gonna look at the legs, the back, you can see that Lex is definitely, even though we don't know 100% sure that Lex is natural, but I believe he is, because it's like 8 years of training. I believe it is definitely possible. So to me, Lex is still miles apart from Hussein, just judging by the legs and the back only. I wanted to show this example too. If you look at the right and the left, does this look naturally achievable? To me, it does. Hussein ain't 24/7 lean. He's just showing you all of his best lighting and best photos with all the filters over it. You could get bulky too, as of right now. Look at Lex, he has more abs than Hussein. It's not like this guy, if he was on steroids, he should be lean. So to me, that's another point to where if he's not 24/7 lean and he's not super big, I'm gonna have to say that Hussein is natural, just judging by the photos. That's not even talking about the PRs, because now we're gonna talk about his PRs. Because in a recent video, I've seen him do PRs. So that's what we're gonna judge right now. We're gonna go to his bench. His bench PR in this video, if I am correct, was 145 kg. Oh, by the way, he did a 3 plate and a half on each side squat PR.
Let's go up. Oh yeah, that was good, Dad.
Almost fucked it up.
What?
I got it.
Okay, we're good. My bad.
So Hussein just did a squat PR of 3 plates and 1/2 a plate, which is already pretty impressive, but it's like not crazy strong though. It's just impressive. Then we go, because his legs is not that impressive. To me, like a 140 kg bench is the same as a 180 kg squat, which is, for American speaking, is like 3 plate bench, 4 plate squat. But as you can see, he can't do a 4 plate squat. He doesn't really train legs as much, and 2, he's not that good at squats because he never really does them. So that's also a point in his favor, because he might be able to do it if he trains squats, but still he's not able to do 4 plates.
Squat up.
Oh, just did.
Oh! Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Nothing popped?
No, I'm good.
I forgot about how badly that almost failed, bro. If that snapped his neck, like when I watched this video, I was like, yo, is he gonna like go to the hospital? But I'm mad happy that nothing happened to him. From these lifts, I just think he's just strong, but not abnormally strong. Now we're gonna go into his bench.
I love shooting my shot, better play up. Make it look easy, that's a layup. Bad man. But they wanna be like...
You know what I'm saying? That's clean. That's clean. He did a 3-plate bench, good form. I can't say nothing. It's just he's strong. But it's also his best body part. But even though that is a good bench, I've seen people, like I already know someone personally, like a friend of a friend who did 3 plates after 2 years of training natural, but he is a bit taller though. The guy I know is 6'1", like 2 inches taller than Hussein, but still, he did it in 1 year less than Hussein. So I would say just by these stats is just another point in his favor that he might be natural. Well, at least I think he is.
It's tragic. When I see what I want, gotta have it. I can't let up, they made me a savage.
I think that's...
And now you can see he just finished his lift of doing 145, 2.5 kgs on each side that he added. It's a good lift. I really respect the strength, but it's not abnormally high. I see Lex does 4 plates. If he did 4 plates, now then we can have a conversation about if he's natty or not. But this is like still in the realm of possibility though.
Am I trying to fit?
By the way, there was something wrong with his bag because he already did leg day yesterday, so they didn't do deadlifts. Now going back, so this is the stats and the photos. What we know is he has 17.5-inch arms. I know this from a video he posted. He said like in his thumbnail. Let's just go to Hussein's. Hold up, let's go to his channel. I'm pretty sure he said he had 17-inch arms. So right here, you see that he said he has 17.5-inch arms, which is like his best point though. What did I say? He has a good chest and good arms, but apart from that, everything seems quite normal. But this is the point where everyone is like freaking out. It's the point where you open up his Instagram. This photo alone is where people start freaking out. No, that's impossible. How did he do that in 3 years? I'm just telling you, he got a good pump. He got pre-workout in, the best lighting, and then he put 3 fucking, or I don't know how many filters he used, but it's just perfectly color graded to where you can see all his veins. But he doesn't walk around like this, because if we go back, this is him right now. There's no abs. Like, let's do a side by side. You see this guy is super veiny in one photo, but it's just highly edited. And then you see an actual video of what he looks like, and he's just normal. He's still big, I'm not clowning him, but it's just naturally still achievable though. But if you still didn't believe, he also had a blood test done on Greg Doucette's channel. I'm not gonna like go over all that. I don't even know what FSH and all that bullshit is, but I do trust Greg Doucette's opinion because he does a lot of natty or nots. I believe the test came out clean, so he is natural, but then the anabolic twig made a video saying, nah, that's not possible, because he probably just let a friend do the fucking blood work and then he sent it over to Greg to review. Yeah, sure, so the government is gonna let a random nobody send the blood work for someone else. 2, he claims that they already knew each other before so he could make more money. But you gotta think, Greg was already a millionaire. How much money do you need? And he's also the same guy who always preaches, I don't need more money. I just like to do this for the sport.
Let me ask you something.
Yes.
If someone were to tell you, if you haven't used steroids, you would have a normal life.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be living in the... He lives in a hotel.
mansion.
It's not a mansion. It's a hotel. Okay?
It feels like that. Yeah.
And you wouldn't have all these cars, you don't have a chef cooking you, just a normal guy. You would be a normal guy making 100K a year.
Like a school teacher like I was for 11 years.
Exactly.
Right.
Staying a school teacher. Would you take that deal?
To live 10 more years longer?
Yes.
Yes.
No. No way.
So here's the thing.
No.
So I don't see Greg as the guy to do that type of scheme. You know, if it was Andrew Tate, could be. Then we have the one thing that I didn't expect was this part right here.
He's called out countless of fake natties who looked way less impressive than he did in these pictures, fake natties, while claiming he was 100% natural in these pictures. Now, a lot of people will say, well, Greg is a self-proclaimed manlet. He's about 5'6", any muscle that he puts on will make him look more impressive than someone that's taller than him. While I still don't think this is in any way achievable naturally even for a short guy with good genetics, I already know that's an argument a lot of people will make. As the title states, Greg claims he was natural natural as of this video. However, only 6 months later, on November the 28th, 2009, Greg Doucette for the first time was caught taking steroids by failing a steroid test during a powerlifting meet. This is subsequently the point he claims he stopped being natty. Now you tell me what's more likely. A. Greg was natural his whole life while having an insane physique, then decided to hop on a cycle for the first time ever and got caught immediately trying to compete in a natural powerlifting meet. Or B. Greg had been juicing for a while and only had to start admitting he was not natural anymore after he got busted. If you want to believe Greg on this matter, you'd have to...
This is the point where I'd say I could give him a fair point. I didn't even know about this. So I do give the anabolic twig a fair point for calling this out, because that is kind of sus. So Greg, what do you have to say about this? But apart from that, we're talking about Hussein right now. So we're gonna get of Greg's case. The twig has been talking about this transformation. So you see how he takes the best photos that were highly edited? And I'm telling you, this is not how he looks. We already have seen the side by sides. I'm gonna bring it up again. This is your guy, bro. Side by side, this is the guy. Like, this is a highly edited thumbnail. This is him IRL. Not really the same thing, is it? His strength not going through the roof. Then the only thing that I could say is this part.
Does he have any gynecomastia around the nipple? And so if we zoom in closer than last time, you can clearly see an indentation surrounding the nipple. That is known as gyno. And so he clearly has gyno in this photo. And so if somebody is looking at his physique and is saying, do you think this guy's natural? Well, this goes against him.
Facts. That's the point that I would have made. He has gynecomastia. But it's also like a 50-50 case, because a lot of people have gyno, like me, before surgery. Like, I went to surgery 3 months ago. You can check that video out right now. I went through that process. I had more gyno than him. Am I not natural?
What does he say to that?
I'm gonna pull up a picture of me 2 years old over here. I was maybe 1 or 2 years old. You can clearly see there's something going on.
And so you can see, as a child, even at 2 years of age, he does have the puffy nipples. And so it is obvious to me that the gyno was formed before he was a teenager. If he had no gyno whatsoever and then suddenly got it at the age of 19, well, to me, that would be obvious. And if we look at his...
That proves his case that he had gyno before. I can prove my case that I had it in between my teens. I didn't show it off though, but I always was struggling with that during my teens. I didn't get it when I was born. With me, it was because of hormonal imbalances.
What?
Hormonal imbalances, my bad.
I lied and covered it up and so on. So it's a scam of the year.
Apparently this time it's because I lied about my natural bodybuilding show being a drug-tested natural bodybuilding show.
And so apparently Hussein lied about entering a natural bodybuilding competition.
Now, this part is what I also saw in Hussein's video. But the thing is, he did go through a drug-tested competition. He just didn't know that they weren't gonna test him eventually. If I was going to a bodybuilding competition for the first time, I have no clue where to go. Then Greg says go to this competition since he knows more about it, but a lot of competition don't test because it's less profitable. If you have to go through so much testing to make someone appear natty, they're gonna lose out on so much money. They don't want to go through all that, so they're just gonna be like, we just check the winners and that's it. Is it all bullshit? Of course, but it's not Hussein's fault for paying a drug testing fee and then he doesn't get drug tested. I don't think that's like disproving his natty status, because I would do the same thing if I was in his shoes. The only thing that I would give to the anabolic twig is the fact that he said because he went to the drug testing competition that somehow proves that he is natty, and that's not true, because Hussein, you knew you didn't get tested, so it's not really a +1 in your case. Like, it's not -1 either because you didn't get tested. But you wanted to get tested, means you were ready. And the +1 that I would give is he's the only person that I know of who gives out 100K if he fails a drug test. I haven't seen anyone else do that shit.
No one will actually take me up on my offer to pay $50,000 if anyone comes and tests him.
Or it's 50K. I thought it was 100, could be 50, same thing.
It's not a lie if they advertise it as being drug tested. This is irrefutable.
Facts. But it's also not a +1 in your case. That's what I want to say. It's not your fault, but it's also not like a +1 because you didn't get tested. So So basically I went over this part already, but I'm gonna do this again, but a little bit more thoroughly. Well, what the proposition is that the anabolic twig gave to Connor if he wanted to do this test is he wants to have a 6-month period of Hussein getting tested every month. So a water grade test at least once a month for at least 6 months straight. Hair follicle test on the first day. 1 rep max is tested the first day in the gym. Third party that knows their shit and neutral supervising. Probably would be more plates, more dates. That would be the most neutral party. When all the results come in, you live stream the result immediately, open it from the portal, probably like to prevent cheating for the first time. So yeah, so no editing can take place. Pretty thorough. I respect that he's like going through, because I actually respect this fact that he's basically giving Hussein no outs with this. And he wants to make it as hard as possible for if he was cheating the tests and if he's a fake natty. We finna see how this is gonna go. I'm pretty excited. But the thing is, I'm gonna let Connor say the last part because there's not a lot of people who want to test Hussein as the third neutral party.
Was he fine? When results come in, I mean, that's not even up to me. And then he said he could fly in on the day of the last test. So honestly, bro, I would say you should come to the first test as well, because realistically we can do all this stuff without you and just that third party. So let's say if there was like more plates, more dates, and more plates, more dates fucking hates Greg, right? So he'd be obviously partial. And stuff like that. So, I mean, if you want to be involved in it, then obviously you'd have to come to the first one. But yeah, that's completely fine. Now, I am having a bit of trouble with the third party, finding a third party. I've asked a lot of people, I've asked more places, more dates, you know, I've asked fucking Jeff Nippert, also don't have any affiliation with like Hussein and Greg, right? And like a lot of people have like shown interest, but they're not really down, or like schedules aren't working. I think it's because like low-key, they might think Hussein actually is natural.
And so what are you all thinking right now?
See, that's the part that caught me, because he wants to do the test and he wants a neutral third party, and more plates, more dates would be the best one because he hates Greg. Basically, they're beefing with brands. So he would be the best candidate, but he doesn't want to, well, schedules don't align, but I think he just doesn't want to do it because they kind of know that he's probably natural. So basically, to do this test, the only thing they're gonna have to find is a neutral third party that the anabolic twig agrees upon, and then we're finna find out, bro. I'm really excited to see this. I think if you're that confident you would give out money if you fail a drug test, you gotta have some type of confidence that you are natural. That's one, but he has a lot of money, so he might just be propping himself up because no one will take that offer because it seems too good to be true. Either or, I still think he's natural. What do you think? That's what I want to know. I think a lot of people just see the highly edited photos from Insta and think that's him 24/7, which is not the case. Again, this is him right now. I'm not saying he's always looking like this, and he's not looking bad. I'm not saying this is bad. I'm just saying he looks natural. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't look juiced up. He has good chest genetics. He has good arm genetics. That's it. It's not in the legs. We can clearly see it's not in the legs. So yeah, I would say he's natural. What do you think? And Greg, what was that last part about you faking that you're natural? How long have you actually been natural? We want to know that too.